Hey everybody, welcome back to Gaijin Guided. And this time I wanted to talk about a little shopping trip that I went on. Like most places, just after New Year's is a really nice time to go and go to the stores and pick up some stuff that's on sale. Um, don't try to do that on January 1st here in Japan, because just about everything is closed. Like, one of the few things that I actually saw open was the local McDonald's. And yeah, that was where I actually ended up having to eat, just because like everything else was closed while I was out shopping. It was just like, oh my gosh. I used to have a job at an apartment store, and man, the only day that we were ever closed when I was working that job was Christmas. And a lot of places being open on New Year's Day is not that unusual in America, but here in Japan, nope, everybody's closed. Anyway, so on the second, I headed over to the local Best Denki. Best Denki is, honestly, it's a lot like Japanese Best Buy. What I wanted to buy was a rice cooker. Um, this is, of course, a really handy thing to have. And I used to have a nice one back in America, which of course I left there because, why drag a rice cooker all the way to Japan? So I headed on up there and I spent some time looking around, and it really is mind-boggling just how expensive some rice cookers here can be. I mean, I saw one that went for like $800. Now, obviously, this isn't something for just like, your regular person's kitchen. I assume this is more for like, you know, restaurant quality things, where you're going to be doing probably some fancy stuff. I mean, rice cookers here can do amazing things. Like, there's a special way you make rice if you're going to use it in sushi. There's a way you can mess with it if you want to use it to make mochi. Um, if you're going to put other things in the rice, like, kind of cook a whole meal in the rice cooker, which is something I've always loved doing ever since I discovered the magic of the rice cooker. Now, me, I just wanted something simple and basic. And while I was looking around, I happened to find these nice small little rice cooker. It would make about 2 cups of rice at a time, and it was only about $50. So I thought, well, that's perfect. I don't want to make huge amounts of rice at the same time. I found that if it gets pretty hard pretty quickly if you do that, and you really have to work to try and get it back into with enough moisture in it to make you want to eat it again. So so what it is they have these on display, and then there's a little tag on there with a number, and on the bottom of the shelf, that's where they keep them. So I start looking on the bottom to try and find the one that I saw that I picked out that I wanted. I didn't see it on there. So I flagged down a sales lady and basically said to her in Japanese, like, "Hey, I want to buy this, but I don't see it here." And she said, "Well, okay, hold on, I'll go look and just see if we have any more." And she comes back a few minutes later and tells me that no, we don't. But she says, like, well, but we'll sell you this one right here. So basically, they were willing to sell me the display model, the floor model. And I'm like, well, okay. I mean, stores will sometimes do that, and sometimes they won't. It all depends. But I certainly wasn't going to look a gift horse in the mouth. And then she said, like, just hold on a minute. I'm going to go get a box for this. And so she went over and grabbed a box from somewhere. And what's interesting is that they came back. She came back, and then she and another salesman, they were really nice. They took the time to get like a spray cleaner, bottle of cleaner from somewhere, and were nice enough to take the time to actually clean the thing for me. Because, I mean, who knows how long it's been sitting on the shelf and had people poking and messing around with it. Um, I mean, I was going to, of course, wash the uh, I don't know, pot inside of it first before I made anything. I mean, it's just common sense that you do that. But nonetheless, I really did appreciate the gesture. And while they're doing that, the salesman tells me, "Oh, by the way, today you can sign up for our store card for free." And I'm like, "What does it cost?" I was thinking, like, well, does it normally cost to get your store card, which, some places it does cost to get a store card, but I'm like, well, I do buy things here occasionally. What's it gonna hurt? And getting cards here in Japan for various stores is honestly a pretty good idea. A lot of places have them, and you can save them up and get some pretty nice things. I know more than a few foreigners here who have a bajillion cards. But again, if you're going to be living in an area for an extended period of time and you're going to be shopping at the same places all the time, why not? I mean, it's only to your benefit. Now, granted, the signing up thing, it might be difficult depending on your level of Japanese, uh, but if you want to make it here, you sometimes you got to try it. Fortunately, I was lucky. Their form for the card was really simple. The only thing that I was honestly a little confused by was just like these two kanji. I had an idea of what they might mean, but I checked with my phone, and it's just basically said, "Do you want us to be able to send you text messages about deals and stuff like that?" And I'm like, "Well, of course not." It is funny. They really want to be able to text you about deals here in Japan. There's like this one little thing where at the supermarket where it's like, yeah, if you allow us to text you about deals, you can get like a 5% discount on this one thing at this one like on some purchase. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like, considering that this is kind of a one-time thing versus all the times you're going to be texting me telling me like fruit is on sale or whatever. No thanks. Um, One thing about me you have to kind of understand is um, I don't really like texting. Whenever I get something like that, my immediate reaction is like, "Oh man, who's bothering me now?" Which I know is really not maybe the best reaction to have if you want to have friends and things like that. Um, but that's just kind of my natural reaction when people contact me unexpectedly. I'm not sure why it bothers me so much, but that is kind of how it is with me. Um, so they did give me the card, and I got my rice cooker. Uh, Brought it home. I unfortunately actually forgot to buy rice when I went shopping the next day. But I've tested it out and made sure I know how the buttons work and all of that, and it's doing pretty good. I actually made some rice earlier today, and it tasted just fine. So this is gonna really kind of help me out here. I'm a little annoyed with myself for waiting so long, um, but uh, uh, I guess I don't really have a good excuse for why I waited so long. I guess it's just I maybe trying to cut down on the carbs a little bit, but I've kind of decided to rethink my eating habits here in 2018 to try and lose some weight. And I think I'm going to be using that rice cooker for a lot of things. My kitchen's a little not that big, so I think this is going to be a really great help to me. Um, and of course, now I've got that points card, so we'll see what happens with that in the future. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. As always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Of course, you can join me on Tumblr at Gaijin Gaiden, and also on Twitter at Gaijin Gaiden. Until next time, take care and have a good night.